Hey guys, GadgetGirlKylie here, and welcome back to some more Conception 2 on the Sony PlayStation Vita, the demo. So I'm just finishing a few things off. I've got a feeling this demo is coming to an end, although I'm not too sure if this demo actually has an end. So on this episode I'm going to do a bit more exploring and see if I can activate some kind of ending. And for now I'm just going to start finishing off talking to the lovely ladies.
Hey.
Looks like we're finally going to move into a dusk circle. Do you have any reservations about fighting in the labyrinth?
I'm A-okay.
I'll be alright. I'll have both you and the Star Children to rely on. I'm not worried at all.
Huh?
Oh, would it be more ladylike of me to be a little worried?
No.
Actually, I'm glad that you have to rely on as well. I'm glad that I have you to rely on as well, sorry.
I'll do my best.
I'll do my best to back you up as much as I can. You, the Star Children, me.
Uh-huh.
If we all pull our strength together, we'll crush these monsters in no time.
You're right.
Yeah, this is going to be a long fight, so let's all work together to do our best.
Understood.
Of course, I'll be waiting for you to ask me to come along. Academy, labyrinths, dorm room. Let's see if anything activates in the dorm room. Dorm room. Locked facilities can be unlocked by progressing through the game. By selecting dorm room, you can edit your team formations, sort items and equipment, as well as use other options from the menu screen. Options on the menu screen, one of two. You can sort or use items, you can check the skills that you have learned so far, you can change a unit's equipment, you can check the status of a star child or a team, you can set the actions of units during autoplay. Team edit, you can switch out team members or let a star child gain its independence. Quest, you can check the quests you have currently taken on. Rest, you can rest for a little bit so that time will move forward. System, you can save or load, check the database, check tutorials or change game options. So this is the status of my team. It looks like my team's element is fire at the moment. And I think my other team is water. The one with Wake and Fuko. Don't think there's any quests at the moment. See what happens when we rest. Com station. Oh, let me see if I can actually do anything in the com station. No, I'm just going to skip past the text. Blind baiting. Start session. Alright, okay, it's ad hoc only, so... But yeah, you can do classmating with people, but it seems to be ad hoc, so that sucks. Training facility, academy... Labyrinths... Chain. When you attack a monster, your chain drive gauge will increase. Once you have gained a certain amount of this meter, the chain effect will activate. When chain activates, the affected monster's turn speed will go down. When the monster's turn comes around, the effect will wear off. The amount of gauge that increases depends on where you attack from. If you attack a monster from a direction they are weak to, you will charge less gauge. If you attack a monster from an area that is marked by a wind-up attack, you will charge the gauge the most. Advantages from chain. When you attack a target affected by chain, you will increase the combo count. When the combo count goes up, the amount of damage dealt is increased, and at the end of battle, you will receive bonus experience depending on how high the combo count was. Excuse me. When you max out the gauge and chain, the last enemy, all enemies will be under the chain drive effect. During chain drive, all demons' turn speeds will be slower, and the combo count for each monster will be combined into one, making it easier to get a higher combo count. However, the effect will wear off if it becomes any of the monster's turns, so hit them with everything you got while the effect is active.
Next. Take this!
We won!
Got me some money there. At least we're learning more about battle now. Equipping items. After selecting equip, you can select which equipment type to change on an individual unit. By pressing the triangle button, you can check the other characters that can equip the item. By selecting best, the game will automatically select the strongest equipment you have currently, includes currently equipped items plus unequipped items. Team equip and team best. By selecting Team Equip, you can select the equipment first and select a character to see which statuses change. You can use this to change the equipment of all characters. If you select Team Best, the game will automatically equip the strongest equipment for all characters out of all the equipment you currently have. That's really handy. Lock. By selecting Lock, you can select a character from the list and lock that unit's equipment so that it won't change when selecting Team Best or Remove All. By selecting Remove All, you can remove all equipment from all units unless they are locked. Costumes and accessories. Costume will change the character's costume, and accessories will allow you to select an accessory that you have given to the heroine as a present for her to wear. Well, I've just selected Team Best.
Don't let your guard down.
Ether density. Ether density represents the amount of ether around you. You must have ether to be able to fight against monsters. Ether gauge levels. There are different levels of ether density. Level 0, 1, 2 and level max. Ether density has the effect of making your allies turn speeds faster than the enemy. The higher the level, the faster you'll be. Increase and decrease of ether density. Factors that increase ether density. Attack an enemy from the area where they are winding up for a strong attack. Defeat an enemy. Use a skill that increases ether. Factors that decrease ether density. Take a hit from an enemy that isn't being engaged by a party member. A star child becomes incapacitated. Use a skill that decreases ether. If the ether density decreases while you're at level max, it will immediately decrease to 0. Be careful. Ether density and chain drive. Ether density is influenced by factors such as attacking from certain positions or taking certain actions as described earlier. Since your allies become faster by increasing the ether density, it becomes easier to charge the chain drive gauge, as well as increasing the combo count. Make sure to pay attention to both the chain drive gauge and ether density. Increase the ether density and try to get a chain drive at the same time.
What are you gonna do? Yeah.
Glad that's over with. Don't let your guard down.
It's pointless trying to chain against such weak enemies at the moment. 7 bursts are special skills that the protagonist and the heroine can use together. Depending on how the Star Children are positioned, the action cost and damage rate will change. All Star Children are concentrated on one enemy, damage rate large. Star Children are scattered among many enemies, damage rate small. An ally is positioned on an enemy's weak point, action cost large. An ally is not positioned on the enemy's weak point, action cost small. Try out different kinds of positions for your allies.
Next. Here.
This'll be easy.
Glad that's over with.
Trial Battlesuit, relatively low defense but easy to move around in.
I need to focus.
Elements. Non-elemental is weaker than the 4 elements but are stronger against dark and light enemies. These are the attack and defense elements. The damage dealt and taken is determined by the element's strength and weaknesses. During Mechunite, the element will be the same as the team's attack element. About units and elements. Each unit has an element affinity. The sword mark represents the attack element and the shield mark represents the defense element. In most cases, the attack element and the defense element will be the same, but by equipping a weapon with a different element, you can change your attack element. Team and attack element. A team's attack element is determined by the element that the most characters on the team have. When attacking with the team element, that element's power will be increased. By equipping a weapon with the same element as the Star Child, you can increase the elemental strength. By increasing a team member's elemental strength, you can change the team's element to an element that fewer members have. Remember to use elemental weapons to adjust your team's element. About defense and elements. Unlike attack elements, defense element calculations are done by a single unit's element. The protagonist's team will take on the heroine's element. About elemental strength. The elemental strength is power the element holds converted into a numeric form. It is shown where the team element is displayed. The higher this number is, the stronger the effects of the element are. For skills that already have an elemental affinity, this value is further added to it, thus the effects of the element are further strengthened. Also, there are some weapons that have elemental affinity. You can check the elemental strength of a weapon by looking at the weapon explanation and finding numbers such as fire and fire 2 which represent the elemental strength. Elemental strengths and weaknesses. Depending on the elemental strength, you are able to somewhat reduce the effects of elemental affinities. However, a weakness to a certain element is still a weakness, so you'll still have to be careful. You can also have up to 2 elements for both attack and defense. This gives you an advantage since it makes it easier to hit an enemy's weakness. It can be disadvantageous because you have 2 weaknesses as well. You can also use this strategy to disperse your weaknesses so that you won't have any glaring weaknesses. Combining elemental affinities is a very important part of exploring the labyrinth. Elemental attacks and strength. Team A's Star Children affinities are fire, water, and water. In this case, there is 1 fire and 2 water, so the team's element will be water. If the first Star Child is equipped with a weapon that has a fire strength of 2, since the weapon has the same elemental affinity as the Star Child's defense element, a bonus is added to the fire element. It will be fire 3 and water 2, so the team's element will now be fire. Ah, interesting.
It's our turn. Jump! This'll be easy. It's our turn.
I haven't got any skills. I think when it showed me that I had skill earlier with Fuko and Wake, it was just for demonstration purposes.
Let's do this. Ha!
Is that all you got?
I'm stronger. I'm stronger now. Let's become stronger.
Not gonna let him sneak up behind me, no way. Intercept. An intercept is when an allied team will butt in to support another team even though their turn has not come yet. It will automatically trigger, but they occur rarely. The rate of occurrence will be influenced by how often you bring the same Star Children with you. Types of intercepts. Suppressing attack. When a team is about to be hit by an attack, another team will attack the enemy first and reduce the damage that the first team will receive. Complete guard. When a team is about to be hit by an attack, another team will defend the attack instead and negate the damage. Assist attack. When a team of Star Children attacks an enemy, the protagonist's team will perform an assist attack, increasing the amount of damage done to the enemy. Counter. The protagonist's team will perform a counter attack before a team of Star Children is hit by an enemy attack and will always defeat the enemy. It's very important that the Star Children like you.
What are you gonna do? Yeah. Here I come.
Glad that's over with.
I need to focus. What are you gonna do?
Ha!
I won't lose.
Is that all you got? Don't let your guard down. Next.
Jump! Let's do this. Ha! Whew, we pulled through.
You can wrap it up around there for now. We were able to monitor the ecology of the monsters within the labyrinth as well.
Okay guys, I think a big boss has just appeared. That monster, it doesn't feel the same as the other ones.
Yikes! That one seems completely different from the ones we've encountered.
That's... Get away from that monster, now!
Huh?
That's a dusk spawner. In other words, it's the boss of this labyrinth. That aura you're feeling is dusk energy. That thing creates the monsters you fought. But to think it would be on an early floor like this, you have to get out of there.
I want to fight it. This thing is giving birth to more monsters. Chief, we have to defeat it.
Listen to me.
No.
Dusk spawners continually revive, no matter how many times you kill them. There's no way you can beat it now. Do not chase it down. Come back at once.
To hell with that.
Damn. I won't forgive you.
This thing is the cause of so much suffering. It must be destroyed.
Don't let your guard down. My turn. Ha!
Here we go. Here I come.
A well-timed sword attack with a chance of paralysis. A rapid-fire attack that the enemy can't react to.
Now's my chance. It's our turn. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Yeah!
This'll be easy. Are you hurt? It's our turn. Yeah. Let's do this. Here we go.
Next.
I think it's low on health now.
Yeah! Glad that's over with. I need to become stronger.
I leveled up. I'm stronger. I'm stronger now. You must become stronger.
Sweet.
All right.
We did it. It's back.
How could this happen?
What? It came back to life.
That's what I said would happen. Now get out of that labyrinth. Retreat.
Damn.
Damn it. We've got no other choice. She's angry.
You disobeyed a direct order and exposed your comrades to danger. If you weren't a god's gift, I'd have your ass expelled from this academy. Do you have any idea how reckless you were being back there?
I'm sorry.
You seem to have something personal against monsters. But I have no interest in your personal sentiments.
How could this happen?
How could it bring itself back like that? We'll never defeat it at this rate.
No, it can be defeated. You'll have to use this to do it, though.
What's this?
Is this a nesting doll?
It's a ceiling matryoshka that can be collected. with a
Matryoshka.
wisdom.
Now I know how to say it. Matryoshka.
If everything goes as told by the Oracle of the Star God, Using this when the Dusk Spawner is defeated should seal its power. There was no plan for you to encounter the Dusk Spawner, so we didn't give it to you.
Really?
So if we use this, we can defeat the Dust Spawner once and for all?
That's right. There's more to it, though. Once the Dusk Spawner is sealed, it will stop producing monsters within that circle. This will vastly decrease the threat of monsters escaping it.
In other words, defeating the Dusk Spawner will sterilize that circle. Of course, that doesn't mean the Dusk Circle will disappear. But it would be a great success to just call it a temporary fix.
That's why your mission for the time being is to slay Dusk Spawners in the circles.
And make sure to bring back the Matryoshka doll that you sealed the Dusk Spawner in. We'll use it as research material.
We'll need it to continue our research into saving the world. We're counting on you.
Okay guys, I'll stop this episode here, and I'm pretty sure that on the next episode we will be able to go and defeat that thing again and seal it away. I'm going to be able to talk to the lovely ladies once more, and I'm going to take a look at the shop as well. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and click on the link in the video description to the full playlist if you want to see the other episodes. You have been watching GadgetGirlKylie, and take it easy guys.